Mommy, isn't this so cool and very Wiki Tabers?
Good evening, everyone. I don't know if you just noticed that I was literally leaning and start talking, and then my son started talking to me in that exact moment. That's been the theme for the longest time now in my Saturn return, especially with regards to when with things that I put my heart into and decide, okay, I really want to do this. There's always something that gets in the way, right down to the very moment that um, really distracts me. But anyway, I always say this. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here, and I'm really, really grateful to be here. Um, Happy full moon, as the title says. Um, how was your week? Mine was exhausting. Excuse me, mine was exhausting. Um, my main occupation is taking care of my beautiful child, and um, I guess really just dedicating my awareness to the things that I talk about here. Um, so, doing that for this past week has been particularly exhausting because of everything that has taken place. The fires that happened in California, I understand may be very distant for South Africans or anyone else who like doesn't live there, but it definitely affected the main like grid of the world of like, and in a weird way did so, I feel, on a more impactful level than um, the genocide in Gaza, which is quite like, I guess, very telling of where we are right now as a society. But anyway, in all of those ways, I feel very, very tired. And I took time to watch the reading that I did for 2025. And yeah, I still process that energy even afterwards. And after experiencing this first week, everything that I said definitely checks out. Um, but I'm still hopeful. And interestingly enough, I feel the most myself that I've ever felt in forever. I would have never done something like this, like even last year, even a few months ago. I mean, that's why I'm doing it right now. But genuinely, who I was a few months ago would have never. So this is huge for me that I'm here for episode 2, installment 2. I'm so proud of myself. This is very personal. So, in terms of what I felt, what I feel coming in for this upcoming week, I would actually also really love to know for anyone who tunes in, how far or not this resonates. What do you feel in contrast to how I feel, what you're learning, you know? Um, I'd really like this to be interactive. Sometimes it may not give off that way because I am generally a very standoffish person. Like I have a standoffish vibe to me, but I am very focused on the work, very, very passionate about this. Um, and I see no way forward without community and like togetherness, participation. Those are the words that I had in my head, but yeah, that's the energy I'm talking about. And I pulled the Three of Cups today in my personal reading. So I also pulled the 10 of Pentacles across reading. So in a personal reading and in the collective, which is great news. If you're like me and had a really exhausting week, then you can trust that what is to come will be a lot easier to deal with. I mean, whatever happens happens always, right? But the the I'm getting like the elevated consciousness Our presence, yes, our presence is going to be so stellar, and life is going to feel different. It's going to start feeling different on a really subtle level, and it's going to build up from there, and it's only going to get better and better. So happy for us. Happy for us, always hopeful. Always hopeful. Um, I didn't speak on what I felt. Mm. So I generally go really crazy during full moons. My wrist goes haywire, my personality goes haywire, the way I feel, everything is just very like eh. And this week was no different. Probably like the craziest that I felt in a while, to be honest. I feel very decentered. I feel really nervous and like I'm clinging on constantly to something that can resemble some idea of safety, but every time it just dissolves. I cling on to like, okay, the hope for romance that dissolves, the hope for better material conditions, more money that dissolves. It's like everything that I want in order to fulfill that void, you know, that thing how we talk about everything we do is in the seek of God, etc., etc. Like I'm being pushed to my absolute limits in order for this seeking of God to play out properly. And it's just very intense because it's making me feel insane. Even what I've said just now, I don't know, I hope it makes sense. But so I suppose, yeah, as an extension of what I've said before, this kind of thing is happening to everyone on some level. All of our lives are the way that we're perceiving our lives is totally, it's changing completely, whether we're aware of it or not.
Mommy,
Um, yeah.
why are you put the plastic on someone's thing?
So that the light isn't so bright.
Mommy,
Um,
mommy,
so the 7 of discs. Hold on, baby. The 7 of discs in reverse fell out. Probably, I feel decentered. Um, my baby.
It's on the into chords.
I'm not recording, baby. I'm doing a reading. All right, let me read it. So the 7 of discs in reverse just came. Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I was late. I'd explained. Thank you, Pearl. I'm honestly right now in this moment. I'm feeling very like loopy, and I know for sure it's the vibe, the full moon, everything that happened this past week. I'd already asked previously in this live, but how was your week? How's your guys' week? I hope that it was. I hope that everything that you transmuted settled. I hope you integrated the lessons. I hope you never felt like a victim. I hope you felt powerful, you know? Mm. So the 7 of disc in reverse is inability to galvanize yourself into activity. Yeah, okay. This was me this past week. I don't know if this was the same for everyone else. I'd love to know. But I also feel like it's a hit or miss because I'm I feel like sometimes I'm unnecessarily tuned into like other things, other news, and I was very tuned into what was going on in California. I feel, yeah, just wow, the world. Um, inertia, lack of motivation, leading to a deep sense of purposelessness, even shame. Unacknowledged problems may be surfacing, leading to feelings of exhaustion, lack of enthusiasm, or anxiety that expresses itself as inertia. Okay, I was feeling a lot like this. And I suppose to start, this reading will be anyone who's feeling like this too. Yeah. Yeah. And I live my life at home, so I can't really speak on like the physical manifestations of the roller coaster, but I definitely felt it within. Very I felt very pushed to my edge. And maybe like a lot of people were pushed to their edge too. Um yeah, like I just read here from the Seven of Discs. So if you are tuning into that kind of energy like I am, then yeah, this reading's for you. Otherwise, I'm just glad we're alive. happy happy for health, grateful for our health, that we're here on the internet, thank God. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Thank you for that. Exactly. So many moving parts that were requesting their own acknowledgements. The hangman fell out. Okay, so it feels like it feels like it feels like we're being told directly to our faces that okay, it feels like part of the problem of this week that we just went through was that we weren't very good at surrendering and tapping into the frequency that says just let go, like stop worrying about tomorrow, even the next moment. Stop worrying about anything. Stop, just turn it off. And it's like that's what the universe is trying to really say, like just seriously, the things, life is so crazy right now. Everything is so crazy right now that even trying to think about the future, even trying to consider what it is that you could be like, oh, I'm struggling to channel this. We need to surrender our control. We need to trust our intuition so deeply that if you feel today like you need to resign a job that you've been working for years, if you feel today, right now, that it's the end, you can't anymore, even though you've known this job for a very long time, or this habit, or this person, or this relationship, or this way of being, you've known it for a very, very long time, it's really time to hang it up. And if you feel it, go for it. ASAP. Don't waste time. Like, do it. Go against, go against this feeling of inertia and um, hopelessness, purposelessness, and surrender. Surrender your thing to try and understand what's going to happen, because there's no telling what's going to happen. With the way that everything is so sensitive right now, there is no telling at all what's going to happen. Don't even try to predict it. Don't even. Yeah, that aggressively, and just like, no, stop it. Really. Enough now. Enough of hopeless and feeling like a victim. Yeah, and believing that life isn't in your hands. I'm going to read the Hanged Man interpretation. Yeah, I really hope everyone's well. These energies, the vibes have not been easy. Even if you're someone who doesn't tap into language of this stuff or the understanding of it, there's no denying that everybody's feeling something on some level right now. It is very intense. Hmm. Okay. Following your intuition, even though it flies in the face of accepted wisdom, endurance, voluntary sacrifice of conventional wisdom to gain self knowledge, rebirth and freedom, cutting ties, peace and resolution after trials, a feeling of oneness with the universe, healing of ancient wounds, putting yourself outside normal boundaries. This will be a lot more peaceful of a week after whatever happens with this full moon happens, because it feels like something about this full moon is supposed to make us, you know, like like separate into all those moving parts and like accept them all at once, like I don't know how to describe the image of it, but just become it, accept it all, unify it, integrate it, you know. Yeah. Yeah, if you're someone who's ever done psychedelics, if you've ever done psychedelics, this week feels like it'll be something like what a psychedelic trip feels like, where you go through the motions, you go through the expansion, the explosion, and then everything is new and you integrate and yeah, you settle into this new reality or this new version of yourself. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, in all honesty, it might be a little bit of a difficult week if you're someone who's not used to being emotional or crying. I mean, obviously, yeah, the full moon is in Cancer. Um, so yeah, this week may expect a lot of purging from us. Um, hmm. You're very good with words, Ananda. You should. I hope that you are writing. Um, hmm. I'm looking forward to the change. I feel like whatever's to come of this week is going to be something that feels like a bit of a relief. Somewhere, somehow. Mm, the devil. And the devil of this deck is so scary. Like, it's so intense. Uh, I kind of like it. Um, yeah, I suppose it's things that we've already spoken on. I think that everybody tuned into the live right now is very tapped in and is already going to like pass this, because it feels like it's going to be a test, and the test is going to be like, well done, well done. um mm, I am someone who um faces the whole mental health up and down, depression, woe is me kind of feeling, the very victimhood that I'm able to speak with such force against on else. I really suffer from it. So it feels like this week will be a final facing of that emotion, which is great, very empowering. Um, very empowering. Cool. So this is the nine of rods, nine of wands in normal, um, in Radar Waite tarot, and strength. But I think in the nine of wands in this deck, it means something. It takes on a different energy. Um, they're both to me speaking of like the sense of pride and of like, I guess in both instances they take out an urgency of like there's nothing else to do, um back against the wall, you're on top of a lion, the moment is urgent. You really can't, you shed everything, your whole ego, you have to show up in the moment, right now. So I guess this week will be an embodiment of that energy, which I think is really beautiful. I think it's grief and all the terrible things in life, they really suck. But when they bring out that raw part of like of being alive, of being human, when you really can't, there's nothing else, it's just you and just this moment. I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. I love that energy. I think it's the way they can bring out the truth in someone is really beautiful. So I think this week is going to be full of that kind of thing, which, yeah, which is only good. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, but it's great because it doesn't seem like work that we don't. It's the usual. It's the usual stuff, but we're going to conquer it this time is the point. Almost like the process of getting a vaccine, I think, where the first few days are like, whoa, and then, yeah, and then, yeah. So I'm going to read the devil. Um, and I would really love to know if you're channeling something, um, or if something that I'm saying isn't resonating, and maybe you're channeling the polar opposite of that or some other version of it. I believe we're always like, I really believe in our ability to like sense out the stuff and come to a common thing. We are all ever saying the same thing, all of us. I honestly feel like we're all saying the same thing all the time, just in a different way, from a different angle. So the interpretation of the devil is skewed attitudes and perceptions, expediency, expediency, expediency. Please correct me. Lack of integrity, justification and denial, major shadow issues, perversion, greed, envy, deceit that need to be owned, not denied. Mhm. Old entrenched patterns, especially those involving anger, fear, or sexuality, enslavement to material things. Hmm. I know someone who's going through a situation where the universe is basically telling them that they need to quit their job, but they can't see it, because they, for lack of a better word, are a Capricorn placement, and they are very, their idea, they're very attached to the material. So, um, the things that she has to face in order to eventually arrive to the point of listening to the universe, um yeah, it's a lot to have to face. And I think that's the kind of thing, I bring that story up to say that, sorry, to be like, we're all going through something similar on some level. There's some part of us that we need to face and become and integrate, that we may not always enjoy, that, probably where we probably feel the worst, um the part we're most judgmental of. It's going to come out this week, and we need to conquer it and be proud of ourselves. We need to be proud of, well, because I'm in it, it's difficult to say, but yeah, you need to be proud of who you are. Um, mhm. Intensity of what's expected of us. Exactly. We need to be able to live in our truth. We need to know what it is and live in it. Um, on a personal level, because I understand that human beings, as Ananda said, are multi-layered. We have many moving parts. The ability to locate one single truth is really uncomfortable, complicated, and I always feel like I'm doing it wrong. And because of how many moving parts there are, I always just feel like I always end up kind of, exploding, like when a computer crashes. And I always arrive to the truth of my breath and the fact that my heart is beating. Sometimes I'll even feel my pulse in the moment, like, and sit with it for a bit. I think this is the part of life that has kind of necessarily, like, it's mandatorily slowed me down to literally tune into my life and my breath. And it's part of the thing that I think sometimes feel I'm doing wrong, but it's it's my life. Like, it's literally me being alive. else can I do but breathe, feel my heartbeat, be still, move intuitively, move according to the way that I feel? What else is there to do? I don't understand how people are still able to make decisions from false places. And that's coming up this week. But I get the sense that there's always a layer uncovered every week. There's always just a truth, more and more of it until we're gonna until there's grand explosion. People have been talking about March, something about March. Yeah, there's always something. Honestly, there's always something. We are alive in truly the craziest time in history. I honestly think there was. I think there was a long line of souls to incarnate into this time right now. And it's really like getting tickets to the best show in the world, to the most spiciest, scandalous, entertaining, just wow, wow, wow. Like we got front row seats to something very special. And we should really just, each week is us uncovering a layer for us to further enjoy ourselves. In truth, though, like not gaslighting our own selves, trying to live in like some kind of toxic positivity. Because I also really hate that. I really hate. There's nothing I hate more than you are loved as bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm in mode right now. But yes, the truth is, I can't. Sometimes when I'm in my real and I'm like a real monster, those phrases and words, they do nothing for me. They really do nothing. And I guess maybe this week is for me to face why. Like, why is it so deep? Why does it make me so angry? Oh my gosh. Um hmm. So they fell out in reverse, but they kind of like flipped over. And when they flip over like that, I take them upright. But I don't see why we can't explore both. I'm going to take them upright though, because I think it makes sense to who I feel I'm reading for, which is probably someone who's like been through a lot of pain. We've been through a lot of pain. A lot of like, we've basically been through so much. We've kind of traumatized ourselves. Like we've kind of like we do this. It feels like for a lot of the people who view this, our big barrier is our own minds. Like the fact that we ourselves can't seem to see the hope and like switch on the happy thing in us. We are quick to like guard ourselves, hide, be all whatever this vibe is. I don't know, but whatever this vibe is, yeah, we tune into this quicker than we tune into our hope, our light, optimism, and when we see it in others, it triggers something. Um, but we've been working really hard to heal that within us. If you're like me, I have. I mean, I don't have access to the resources that would be able to get me to do this to heal this quickly. I don't have therapy, and I honestly don't want to get. So I've been myself. I think it's called CBT, but basically just through the use of reprogramming my innards, yoga and breath work and prayer. Um, yeah, I've been putting in a lot of work. So I think if you're someone who's been doing that, even if you've just been relying on the little things like presence, journaling, gratitude journaling, things like that, even just like trying to be in the moment, the work is going to accumulate and it's going to be a relief. It's going to be relief, kind of like what this image looks like. I hope that one day I get to a point where I can get this clear because oh yeah, so beautiful. It's so beautiful. um I'm going to read it because I know that this card, I'm just going to read this one. I know that the words of this card hold a lot of hope. um, which is in store for us, which is exactly what we need. If you're watching this and have been tuning into what I've been saying, then yeah, this is for us. The sun is for us. Mm, 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 mm. Yes. Rebirth, a new life, a call to make some fundamental change in your life, to let go all constraining considerations and reach for the heights, rising above adversity, attainment of some deep, long held ambition, surrendering to the divinity within you. So I get the sense that while it may start off a little bit rocky this week, we are definitely going to come out to some beautiful renewal. It's going to feel very freeing. I'd say make Friday plans, make weekend plans. If you're watching this on a weekend, make plans, go out, celebrate your life, yourself, your being. Um, yeah, try to be present. Do everything you can to stay as present as possible. If you like, literally go on Reddit, search ways to stay present. Um, Tune into that community and frequency of existence so that you can work towards enjoying your life as much as possible, because that's actually what's going on here. That's the real truth. That's the meaning of life. And I can say that. That's the real meaning of life, is to enjoy yourself. And everything that happens this week, the shedding of energies, the facing of fears, of shadows, the feelings of depression, victimhood, etc., is to get us onto the other side of that feeling so that we can actually enjoy life. Because this is the essence of everything anyway. There's no telling. I'm thinking of the statement that says, and I can't remember where it originates from, but it's one of those things that's everywhere in our community, that says that anywhere, anytime you feel any low frequency sadness or anger is when you are denying your intuition, which I think taps into the same sense of where you are denying God. You're denying the existence of something so incredible and kind and loving to you that it's inviting you to feel at ease and joyful at all times, you know? Um, I mean, yeah, it's a woo woo thing, but it helps. It helps to activate within your brain and turn it into a perceived reality. I think we really all deserve to feel super joyful and hopeful and happy, which is something that I hope comes out of this week for you. Like I said, I feel really, really tired. I feel like I've had a really exhausting week. Um, but I'm so grateful for everybody who tunes in, puts in their words, shares their thoughts. I'm so I'm so full. I love this so much. I love this so much. Um, yeah, I don't have anything else. I think that for the most part, we just have to yeah, keep our hopes. Yes, yeah. Keep our back straight. Keep our breaths deep. You know, keep our awareness present. Pray, pray. If you don't know nothing, if there's nothing else, pray, meditate, rely on fitness,
No.
exercise. I mean, not fitness. Um, yoga,
Mommy.
stuff like that.
Mommy.
Yes.
I finished my food, then I can have ice cream.
Okay. Okay.
No, can I have some ice cream?
Okay. If there are no questions and no one wants to, yeah. If there isn't anything else, yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a bit of a deep week, a little bit emotional. Journal. Get into some journaling. Surrender. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Happy New Week to you too. Um, yes, thank you for always sharing your words. That's hmm. I was literally feeling this earlier, but I can't remember what the words were that I used. But yeah, it's the need for control. Yeah, the need for control and like the thinking the thinking that we are like that humans are so that we're so big, and while we are in control of our own lives, we like we technically aren't, and that we're so in control. Oh gosh, yeah, no, I'm yapping. I feel really 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 tired. This full moon, yo, this full moon is showing me things I've never seen before, and I really hope that I hope that it's something. I hope it's something fun. I hope we have fun through the vibes and the up and down and the etc etc. I hope we have a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I keep I keep wanting to go, and then I see that there are more people, and then it's like, eh. But okay, no, I'm really exhausted. So I send love to everyone, and this is honestly so fun for me. I was thinking of maybe doing like a midweek check in just for the vibes. Um, definitely, definitely. Ugh, I hope you get something new as well. But I feel like it's also something you have to like walk towards also. I hope you've imagined um the something new that you want. I hope you've gotten the details and the vibes of everything that you want, the manifestation, that process. I hope you've imagined it and felt it and tasted it and gotten a sense of what the newness is that you want, what kind of newness you want, and what you deserve as well. Please don't let anyone don't if it makes you feel even remotely unloved, disrespected, etc., please don't take it. Please quit immediately. Please don't let that be a reflection of you as a person, because that's exactly what it ends up being. And you spend all of your time there. Ugh. We really need to work jobs where we feel important, man. Um, yeah. So good luck to us all. I really think it's going to be a very eventful, fun week, very intense, but mostly really fun. Like really fun. I really do feel a funness out of this. Um, unless that's me being a Scorpio and perceiving all of this inner work, because I do find the inner work and the growth and the blossoming and the becoming anew, I find it so fun and beautiful. I think it's really, like I said, it's really the essence of life, to experience stuff and feel things and be emotional and I love it. So I wish the total expansion of that experience for all of us. And yeah, I will see you either in the middle of the week or on Sunday. But yeah.